Good morning and welcome to the 2020 Tamworth Regional Council Community Volunteer of the Year Awards. I'm Councillor Helen Tickle and joining me this morning is our Mayor, Councillor Cole Murray. On behalf of the Tamworth Regional Council, I would like to acknowledge the Kamilaroi people who are the traditional custodians of this land. Council would like to pay respect to elders past and present and extend that respect to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples living and visiting our region. It is a privilege to be here today as we celebrate the 2020 Community Volunteer of the Year Awards as part of National Volunteer Week. This year we have been challenged by the COVID-19, so we've had to change our approach to presenting the awards. So we have an innovative approach which has been live streamed, and hopefully we've got a wide audience out there and many of our volunteers watching it. This year's National Volunteer Week was themed Changing Communities, Changing Lives. I think we can all agree that nominees that we're recognising today have all made their mark on individuals and the community as a whole. Thank you to everyone who took the time to nominate a person or team in the following categories: youth category, adult category, seniors category, which is over 65, and team category. Each of the nominees are dedicated to serving the community, and it is a privilege to be recognising them today. All our nominees today will be nominated in the New South Wales Volunteer of the Year Awards. I'd now like to introduce and welcome our special guest, Mayor Cole Murray, who will be announcing the award winners.
Good morning, and thank you, Councillor Tickle. It's certainly a pleasure to be here as part of this very important celebration that we have every year, and being our Community Volunteer of the Year Awards. Our community is certainly much stronger through the amazing work that volunteers do. We just simply wouldn't be the same without that massive input, and the Tamworth region is widely recognised and acknowledged as being a very high contributor in terms of volunteering. So thank you to all the wonderful volunteers right around our region. This is the 5th year of the awards in which the council has created, and to actually celebrate and recognise that incredible contribution of not just the individual volunteers out there in the community, but the volunteer teams in the region. I'm very pleased to say that this year we had our largest number of nominations ever. So both in the youth category and the volunteer team category saw a marked increase in nominations. So thank you to all those nominees. The youngest volunteer nominated is a 16-year-old, with the oldest nominee being 90 years old. How special is that? It was certainly good to see the boost in nominations despite the current challenges facing many of our volunteers and volunteer organisations due to the current COVID-19 implications, which certainly has changed the way that we're able to contribute in terms of volunteering. For the last 12 months, Council has been working closely with Regional Unlimited, a Tamworth-based not-for-profit organisation, to encourage more young people into volunteering. And I'd like to acknowledge the wonderful work done by that organisation, because it just certainly gets a bit broader focus, a bit broader spread by having those other community members helping Council with supporting those volunteers. And now to the announcement of the 2020 winners. I'm told that the judging process was quite challenging because of the outstanding volunteers that demonstrated such a strong commitment to giving their time to helping others in the community. So now I'd like to hand back to Councillor Tickle to introduce the first category.
Thank you, Mayor Cole Murray. Our first category is the youth category for people 24 years and under. And as the Mayor just said, we've had people as young as 16 volunteering their efforts. And some of these young people volunteered to be ambassadors at this year's Country Music Festival. We had people, volunteers of all ages, but I did want to acknowledge particularly the youth, and because often we overlook the efforts that they put in because they're not always visible in the community because while they're off working or at school and we don't see them around as much in the daytime, but there's certainly a lot of activity in our community with people like from 16 to 24 and up to 40 years of age. We have a lot of volunteers out there. So congratulations to the nominees in the youth category. Jaden Granger, Isabella Raiola, Lauren Hutchinson and Emily Matarazza. I'd now like to hand over back to the Mayor to announce the winner.
Thank you, Helen. Congratulations to the winner of the youth category, Emily Matarazza. Emily is to be commended on her volunteer work with the Tamworth Regional Youth Council and the Festival Community Volunteer Ambassador Program. Her work with the Youth Council included coordinating 2 environmental sustainable activities that raised awareness on protecting the environment. Emily created these activities on her own merit and to ensure that they were engaging for young people in the community. Emily was a wonderful ambassador for the 2020 Country Music Festival, working well and contributing to the team. So back to Helen again.
Thank you. Our next category is the adult category for people 25 to 64 years of age. We have many nominees in this category, and thank you to everybody who has made all the nominations today. We have Pat Burrows, Rebecca Gray, Philip Aberati, Tara Grant, Sally Kronberger, Louise Breeze, Brendan George, Tim Coates, Jessica Taylor, Lyndon Treneman, Margaret Strange, Patricia Norris and William Arneman. Back to the Mayor.
Thank you, Helen. So, the winner of the adult category, that's for people aged between 25 and 64 years of age, is awarded to Sally Kronberger. Sally has been a tireless charity worker for the past 40 years. She has organised and worked in the kitchen of many fundraisers during doing much of the cooking in her own home. She will often spend a day or a week at the actual event, slaving away to deliver some cooked goods. Some of the work she has done includes helping organise and work with the View Club International Women's Day Luncheon at the Tamworth Racecourse, Soup and Damper Day at the Durai Hall, and the Hospital Auxiliary, and organising the kitchen at the Currabubula Art Show. Congratulations, Sally, and thank you for all the hard work and the time that you've contributed to the community. You must be so proud of your contribution to our wonderful community and well earned for that category win.
Thank you. Yes, we see Sally out and around everywhere, and she's president of a few organisations, including the Tamworth Hospital Auxiliary. Our next category is the seniors category, which is 65 years and over. Recognises the jobs that they keep on doing, the wonderful work that they do across the whole of our community. The oldest volunteer that was recognised in this awards was 90, and actually last year's winner overall was a gentleman in his 90s. So it shows people from very young age right through to well into their 90s are out there volunteering, helping our community. Congratulations to our nominees, Joe Cruikshank, Kenneth Russell, Peter Scorgi, Brenda Newman, Lynette O'Brien and Tony Abidson. Over to the Mayor to announce the winner.
Thank you, and congratulations to the winner of the Seniors category, Mr Peter Scorgi. Peter has been the President of the Tamworth Meals on Wheels for 13 years, and prior to that was a volunteer driver and committee member of the organisation. Peter has been instrumental in sourcing funding and donations to build the current kitchen facility. He has also put in place a sustainable business model focused on supporting the frail aged clients living in their own homes, keeping costs to the clients as low as possible and looking after the staff and volunteers that deliver those services. Congratulations and well done, Peter. That's a very, very good achievement.
Thank you. Our next category is the Teams category for groups of volunteers. We've had many nominations in this category as well, and there are so many people out there working as a team, delivering services to our community. We have Oxley Community Transport, Tamworth team of volunteers, Tamworth Visitor Information Centre, Tamworth Veterans Cricket Ladies Support Team, Oxley Community Transport Service, the Manila Volunteers, Oxley Community Transport Barraba Volunteers, Australian Country Music Foundation Volunteers, GoCo Community Care Transport Barraba, Barraba Meals on Wheels, volunteers at the College of Counselling Studies, New England Northwest, Tamworth Meals on Wheels, Multicultural Tamworth, English in the Library Tutors, Cancer Council Information Services. Thank you to each of the volunteers who are involved in these community organisations, and wonderful to see the nominations coming in from across our region, including Barraba and Manila and Nundle. We have a lot of tireless volunteers, Bendemeer, right across our council area. Now over to the Mayor to announce the winner.
Thank you again, Helen, and because of the really special quality of all of these nominees and the wonderful work that they do for the community, the judges have chosen to actually split this award. It was quite impossible to select simply one winner. So this year we have the award shared between two organisations. So the Tamworth Visitor Information Centre volunteer team, congratulations, and also those wonderful volunteers at the Australian Country Music Foundation. So congratulations to both of those. The Tamworth Visitor Information Centre volunteer team is recognised for being the backbone of the Tamworth VIC and assisting with a great variety of day-to-day operations to ensure that it is a success. They are called upon to provide a number of skills which include customer service, meeting and greeting the 95,000 visitors that come through the door each year, answering the phones and using the computers, and keeping stock of the region's brochures. The volunteer team at the Tamworth Visitor Information Centre are the face of Tamworth for many of our visitors. They are proud of the centre and the contribution they make daily, creating a positive first impression for Tamworth. Congratulations to those VIC vols. To the Australian Country Music Foundation volunteers, they are to be commended for ensuring that the Australian country music history and objects associated remain preserved and ready for the community to view and learn about. They keep the museum going with maintaining the background administration and the object care. This team of 7 are extremely dedicated to their work. Congratulations to all.
It is now time to announce the overall winner of the Tamworth Regional Council 2020 Community Volunteer Awards. As a small acknowledgement of this winner, there will be presented with a $200 voucher.
Thanks, Helen. And of course, this is the big one. The overall winner for the 2020 Volunteer of the Year Awards is presented to Sally Kronberger, the winner of the adult category. Congratulations, Sally. In addition to working in the kitchen for many fundraisers, Sally is a prime example of, if you want something done, ask a busy person. She is the first to volunteer for any job. She will be the first person on the doorstep with food and supplies when she knows of someone who is sick or injured. She does all of her work with gusto and gives 110% with everything she does. Congratulations to that wonderful, wonderful volunteer, Sally Kronberger. Thank you, Helen.
That concludes our Volunteer of the Year Awards, and again I'd just like to thank all the volunteers out there for what they do for our communities right across the Tamworth Regional Council area, and also to all of those that took the time to acknowledge the efforts of these volunteers and making the nominations. If any of you know of anybody who would like to volunteer, we have a team of council staff at the RU Volunteering Centre, which is in the old Lands building in Fitzroy Street, Tamworth. However, it has a web page, which is a very easy to navigate web page. We actually match volunteers with their interests, and a lot of people that are new to our area also find this a very useful way with connecting and helping in the communities. But I do encourage you to volunteer through RU Volunteering. We know the organisations that need the volunteers. And again, thank you to everyone for what you have done in the community. Thank you all for listening today and for watching. If you would wish to, you can also tune into Council's YouTube and watch it again there. So again, thank you to everyone that has been involved.